You want to turn now to an incredible story of perseverance, passion, and growth. Our next guest first captured our attention on the football field, one of the greatest safeties of all time. Look at that, a force to be reckoned with out there. Now he is inspiring folks with a more personal project, his memoir. Let's bring in now. Here he is, Eagles legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and now author of Blessed by the Best, Brian Dawkins. Young fella, it is good to see you. How you doing on this fine day?
Well, first of all, thank you, young fella. I received that, right? And then, you know, I never thought that this would be something I would be talking about, me writing a book, so I'm excited about it.
Okay, so you look, I'm sitting here with a Pro Football Hall of Famer. So most people know the way your journey is supposed to be. High school standout, played D1 at a major college, drafted into the league, had a successful career. But there are some steps along the way that you now want to include in a book. What steps? Give me an idea of some of the steps along that journey that have been kind of left out of your story that you're now telling.
Yeah, and I believe that a lot of times, a lot of people see the fact that I've had that success, right? You talk about the Hall of Fame bus, and you think that so many of those things, like you just mentioned, just fell in line. Like everything was always, you know, peaches and cream, but it was not the case. And so I've had to learn lessons along the way. One of them being from my father, who taught me when you start something, you finish it, you give everything that you have, and you stay coachable the whole time, excuse me. And that you find the nugget in wherever you find yourself is the way that I see it now. Grow where you find yourself.
Where would you say maybe one of the most difficult stretches, difficult times, difficult moments that maybe you question, where you just talked about finding that nugget, but it's not so easy as flipping a switch. What was one of the dark times for you? The dark time for me was my rookie year, when I went through the depression that I went through and me having the suicidal thoughts that I had. And so that was that time frame that I had to dig deeper into my vertical relationship to have a better understanding on some of the things that I need to do. But before I did that, I had people in my life, my beautiful wife Connie and my coach at the time, Emmett Thomas. They basically tag teamed on me and said, no, you're going to get help, which I was not going to do by myself. So they helped me to go get the help that I needed to speak to somebody that was very uncomfortable in the beginning. But me talking and getting that stuff out, I began to hear from a vertical relationship some of the things I needed to stop doing and some of the things I needed to start doing. And so some of those things are same things that I do every day to this day of how I go about stay winning, as I called it. So having those people in your life and recognizing them, first of all, recognizing that you do have these people and there are specific individuals that you need to be able to tell your stuff to. Your stuff is not for everybody. And my stuff was not for everybody at that moment. Now it's for everybody because I've grown through those things. I'm on the other side of it. And I believe because I have the wisdom of how I did it, I'm supposed to pass that back to somebody else. Man, you are getting some nods and some silent amens from Dr. Ashton, who's sitting next to me as you talk here. And obviously it's been a journey and your growth. Like you said, there's just something, and some stuff is not for everybody initially, but now you put it in a book that you do want everybody to know about your stuff. But this book also proceeds, this is cool, going to your foundation. Can you tell me about the work of the foundation?
So the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation is a foundation we really want to bless people, obviously, but we're going to bless them, first of all, in the mental health, cerebral wellness realm. Young adults, we have, I believe, 16 schools now that we're helping and we're assisting in to give them the resources that they need in order to recognize, to understand the stigma behind it, to break down the barriers of seeking help, first of all, but also the knowing the coping mechanisms that are out there for all of us to use.
Please you gave her a shout out, but give our shout out and our thanks and our appreciation to your wife Connie as well. Our audience didn't see it, but during the commercial break I was talking to you. She is responsible for that great setup that's behind you. Yes, she's a set designer, clearly. So please tell her great job as well. But Brian, it is an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Congrats on everything, and we absolutely will have you back on, okay?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Be blessed, everyone.
All right, folks, and yes, the book, Blessed by the Best, is available on his website right now. And again, he mentioned something that he went through, so we want to mention now, if you are a loved one struggling, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 or text TALK to 741-741 for free, confidential emotional support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, hey, Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.